Even if I die, I'm gonna be a fucking problem. Do you believe in ghosts, motherfucker?
Secretary, can I ask you a question about some of the technology that you're developing to fight the war on terror, specifically directed energy and high-powered microwave technology?
I want you to see what the phone is doing. It's just going to call various people. Thank God I got this on video. See this, Billy? This is what's happening. I'm not dialing any of these numbers. I'm not touching the phone. Thank God.
I want people to listen to me and just come out of your trance. It's normal when you wake up with a bunch of crazy terrorists, jacking the food and water, running everything, and telling me I'm the terrorist because I know they're the terrorist. I mean, come on, it's too ridiculous.
Does mind control exist? Is mind control real? The short answer is yes.
Thousands of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation.
Broadcasting live from inside the U.S., waiting for Israel to respond to my request for asylum.
Yes. One of the most prevalent but least talked about technological innovations in the last century has been the development of mind control. More commonly referred to as directed energy weapons, mind control is achieved through various waveforms, such as microwaves and ELF waves.
This is a meter that tests for radio frequency radiation, the same kind of radiation that's emitted by smart meters. And today, Desiree Jaworski with the Center for Safer Wireless, an independent group that questions the safety of smart meters, is using this device to test 3 Pepco customers' smart meters. We turn off anything else that might emit this radiation. Our cell phones, my wireless microphone. That way we know that any radiation we pick up is coming from the meters. So this is a smart meter bank. It's inside a Northwest DC condominium building, and there's 32 different smart meters inside this building.
And I'm currently having trouble getting people to believe me that there's a conspiracy against me, because it's gotten so elaborate that it's kind of like I have these outrageous claims that I can't back up. And so people think I'm insane, but the fact of the matter is this is actually going on.
Your mind gives off a certain frequency. An oscillator can be used to beam a wavelength into your brain, which then causes an interference frequency between your natural brain frequency and the artificially created one. Your thoughts can be read from this interference frequency.
It says, the main thing they want from you, your attention. Paying attention to them makes them stronger. Against you can be used both positive and negative emotions, and all in order to attract your attention. They can use humor against you. This one, they can use humor against you. Your voices may be funny, they can amuse you, cause positive emotions, be interesting interlocutors, in quotes, for you. I don't know what interlocutors means exactly. When you laugh at their jokes or on your own jokes, the corner of your lips might like lifted. You can initially ignore this. This was written by somebody who English is not their first language. And it's amazing that they were able to. Anyways.
Because there's an American Jewish conspiracy against me that is a very real life conspiracy, and it's not funny.
Although very real, mind control is kept out of the public eye, classified and made laughable by the public at large.
Extremely fatigued and weak. I only slept 3.5 hours last night, and that was interrupted, so I didn't get any REM sleep much. The more that they attack me with directed energy, and the more that I try and document it online that it's happening in order to try and stop it, the more I am discredited, the more I am made to look delusional, crazy, etc. And this is how they use the technology. This is how they employ their tactics against the mind control victim.
See, on the sides. I'm not touching the screen. There's nothing I'm touching on the side. Oh, look, it's typing to me. It told me earlier I had cancer, or something about cancer. It's typing right now.
America has developed an experimentation program to test these weapons on domestic citizens. I have developed a theory on this, including a machine that automatically performs a form of systematic priming, which is a form of mind control, and I call it the MOGS program, which stands for the Machine Organized Gang Stalking Program.
You can initially ignore this and think that it happens because you were laughing. In fact, this manipulation with your smile stimulates you to smile. It may seem that there is nothing wrong with that, because what's wrong with having fun? For the first, you give them your attention, and for the second, think about how it looks for a man who laughs without a reason. From the side, he looks crazy. You need to refuse from their humor, not to laugh at jokes, which only you hear, and not to look like a crazy person too.
Goodness, I got it recorded. It's really getting scary. Is sometimes they type me messages like, you have cancer. Wow. Okay, as you can see, the phone is acting on its own. I'm not doing anything.
And there's a reason for it. So I want asylum in Israel. I just want to get out of this situation. It's nauseating, and this is exactly what the Illuminati, I don't know what else to call them, so I'm calling them the Illuminati.
So that's what's going on here, and it's going on constantly. And the more I try and document it, to stop it, to post it online, hopefully trying to stop it, the more they attack.
Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole.
Shame is used against you. When you think your thoughts about yourself, about the past, about anything you want, it's kind of a strange feeling in the body, which in this case is not really yours. Usually you do not feel ashamed while being on your own, even if your thoughts are vulgar or dirty. Earlier your thoughts haven't caused any shame, you accept them as they were. Feeling shame for your thoughts is an imposed feeling to make you feel uncomfortable in your body. Think about it. Why should you be ashamed because of your own thoughts? Thoughts are just thoughts. They do not express your opinion, and certainly thought is not an action.
They continue the attacks, even increasing the attacks after you complain it is them, in order to further discredit you, the mind control victim, and also to establish greater degrees of indirection and plausible deniability.
So what I did was I brought in a meter that measures the levels of radio frequency radiation, and what I'm finding is that these smart meters are emitting radiation every few seconds.
Is banking on, they're hoping that I'll just be this, people will dismiss me as this insane girl with these outrageous claims.
To discredit him, so no one will believe the atrocities are happening. So when you say the CIA, DIA are targeting, harassing, attacking you, etc., the mind control victim, you, they don't turn around and stop attacking you after you complain it is them, because that would make them appear guilty.
But all that we have to do is give a polygraph and truth serum to all the people who are currently impersonators, and it'll lead us right to the real culprits who are responsible for perpetuating falsehood, lying to the American people, conspiring against the United States federal government, and hiring an impersonator, as well as illegally erasing people's memories.
Secondly, this government does not torture people.
But we tortured some folks.
Others around the victim do not absorb the energy. They could be standing right next to you. They will not absorb the energy. The energy will just pass right through and around them. And they will be unaware that it is happening, but you are discredited. You fall down and collapse, or you pass out from drowsiness, etc.
Thoughts are always very confused, based on associations, abstract, and are not something that should be correct, proven, and please everyone. You do not have to bother about what someone thinks about what's going on in your mind, and you have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of concerning your thoughts.
For these experiments were kept secret, and they were shrouded not for a compelling reason of national security, but for the simple fear of embarrassment. And that was wrong.
Everything is made to look like a normal, ordinary, expected event. It's not normal or ordinary when these attacks and these tactics are happening hundreds of times a day. The mind control victim is attacked hundreds of times a day by this supercomputer.
This is not a joke. This is actually happening, and American civil liberties are being eroded right at this very moment.
When the government does wrong, we have a moral responsibility to admit it.
To prevent me, the one who knows the truth, from getting everyone else to believe me because I know the truth.
The CIA, DIA operatives, the hive mind teams, hive like beehive, mind teams, move in close to you or next to you, and they obtain a digital brainwave imprint of your brainwave signature. Then they take that digital brainwave imprint of your brainwave signature and they download it, or I should say upload it back into their system. This supercomputer, it's actually a conscious computer, this supercomputer, and they tie you to that supercomputer for life.
Remember that shame for thoughts, that's what previously did not occur, and therefore that feeling was imposed. You do not really ashamed of what you think. Again, second language. Your inner self is not ashamed because of your thoughts. 3. Irritation. One of the unpleasant senses is used to 1. Control your behavior, 2. To get your attention. In the first case, it's the same as behavior programming. You can suddenly feel irritation to things that you always loved or concerning something you didn't care about. If you did not know that such a stimulation is an imposed thing, you would think that a certain subject or activity really annoys you, but it's not true. Stay calm and just know that the emotion is not yours and you should not worry.
And finally, the techniques that we use have been fully disclosed to appropriate members of the United States Congress.
You scare me so bad. You scare. Scum! Scum! I'm gonna stop right there.
Do not change your point of view, and do not stop your activity, and certainly do not be angry with people if irritation concerns some person. In the second case, they want to get your attention and turn it to them, especially if you're working on stopping up the internal dialogue.
Designed to mimic the normal cognitive processes of your brain until you figure out you're a victim. Then they switch you from state-of-the-art or whatever program they have you in to trauma-based.
So this is exactly what they were banking on. They were hoping that I would just post the videos and nobody would believe me. But the fact of the matter is I have freedom of speech, and guess what? It's all true. It's 100% true.
To force the victim to disassociate from reality, to inflict severe brutal psychological and physical torture on a daily basis.
Your task is to stay really calm and not to give them your attention. So,
how? By way of a continuous stream of energy. No touch torture. That's how they do it. This continuous stream of energy is specifically tuned to that specific brainwave signature, which no one else on Earth has.
So pay attention on what you do, working, talking, watching TV, listening to music, etc. None of the imposed emotions can be stronger than your inner peace.
So no one will believe the attacks are happening. I've met many people like this and talked to them who are also victims. It is happening. This is Brian 2 in San Diego, California.
You guys think about. So again, never listen. Don't pay any attention to the perps. Be persistent and strong. Do not emit in response aggression. Try not to be angry with them. Do not argue with them. Why? As soon as you give them your talks or emotions, they get from you what they need, your attention. When you give them your attention, you're staying inside yourself. At this point, your mind is clouded and you become like a madman.
And what's happened to millions of other mind control victims, hundreds of thousands of people right now in America being targeted with this technology. And most of them don't even know it. They're unaware. And that's how the technology is designed to work.
Any threat, feelings, and pain, it's just a provocation to cause bad emotions. Once you give them an answer, they become masters of your mind and replace yourself out of your body and mind. Do not let them get it. Stay confident and calm whatever happens.
You understand, this is all about wearing mustaches and acting tough. I mean, it's literally a big joke. It's like a 5-year-old.